Good evening, everyone, and welcome. I would like to call this meeting to order, and we will begin with the Pledge of Allegiance. I need a motion to accept the agenda.
So move.
I have a motion from Trustee Shola Barber. I need a second.
Second.
I have a second from Trustee Hill, Trustee Johnson, Trustee Murphy,
Yes.
Trustee Shola Barber, Trustee Payton,
Yes.
Trustee Hill,
Yes.
and I say yes. Trustee Hill, will you please take attendance?
All trustees are present except for Trustee McGlynn, who is not here, and Dr. Slade is also present.
Thank you so much. And Miss Coney, we have a lot of visitors tonight.
Yeah, we're excited to see so many people here this evening to join us.
Yes.
We will begin our student board recognitions with Woodward School, and I'd like to introduce their principal, Mr. Frank Rocco.
Thank you. Thanks for having us. I didn't follow the rules. We were supposed to nominate 5. We did 7, so we have a few extra kids today. So up first, we have Demir McDonald. Demir started off the year struggling to manage and regulate his emotions. At times, he wasn't making best choices and fully participating in his schoolwork. Fast forward to now, and he turns in all his homework. He never misses an assignment, takes time on his work, regulates his emotion, and is incredibly kind to all students. Face those guys. All right, next up, we have Maria Cordova. Maria has come such a long way since her time in PEEP with us at Woodward. She's proven that dedication and a positive attitude lead to amazing results. She's blossomed into a fantastic reader and a student who consistently shows responsibility by completing her homework every week. She's a loyal friend, true kind soul, and she radiates a love for learning and art. Congratulations, Maria. All right, next up we have Noah Hubbard. Noah has made attending school a priority. He is the only 4th grader at Woodward who still has perfect attendance for the entire school year. He's had significant growth in his resilience. Instead of avoiding difficult tasks, he now puts forward his best effort. He's a kind student who's always willing to lend a hand to a peer or his teacher, and he's a fantastic storyteller. Next up, we have Brooklyn Mann. Brooklyn has improved in reading, moving from the 29th percentile all the way up to the 43rd. She's improved in her math from the 15th percentile to the 30th. She is also a good leader in the classroom, and she works extremely hard. And Camilla Batchelor. Over the course of this year, Camilla has demonstrated remarkable growth, commitment, and self-awareness in her academic and personal development. She consistently puts forth daily effort to participate, engage, and learn across all subject areas with a notable dedication to math. Camilla has made a thoughtful and intentional shift toward making positive choices, showing maturity in her ability to separate herself from distractions and remain focused in her learning. And Leo Garcia Salas. Leo works incredibly hard on every assignment in class. He's always willing to help and work with anyone. Leo shows each and every day what it means to be a pack leader. There you go, sir. And last but not least, we have Samuel Yankovic. Sorry, I know I was going to mess that one up. Sammy's in our ECSE kindergarten class, and he started the year only spending 45 minutes a day in general ed kindergarten. He's now spending the entire day. He's embraced the expectations of the classroom. He went from not participating to be an active participant. When he arrives in the class, he sings, he laughs, he enjoys his classmates, and he's doing extremely well in kindergarten. That's everyone.
Sorry, Woodward's a big.
Our next recognitions this evening will be for students in the KILP and our virtual program. And I'd like to introduce their principal, Ms. Kim Kirschman.
Good evening, Dr. Slade, board, community leadership, Ms. Coney, Ms. Kaiser. I am here. I am Kim Kirschman, first of all. Closer. Kim Kirschman, and I'm the principal of both KILP and KPS Virtual, both middle school and high school programs. KPS Virtual serves in a 6-8 and 9-12 capacity. The programs are online learning programs within the KPS that provide students with flexible, high-quality instruction from certified KPS teachers using KPS curriculum and pacing. The programs combine the convenience of virtual learning with the accountability, relationships, and strong support systems, while also offering in-person academic support opportunities for students who need additional assistance. The students who are being recognized tonight are being recognized for various reasons by various teachers, as you'll see. So I'll be acknowledging students from each program separately. I'm going to start with the KPS Virtual Middle School students. Then I will recognize the virtual high school students, and then we will finish with our KILP students. Okay. Ms. Haney has nominated, well, is Soraya here? Oh, yes. You got here, okay. Sorry. Soraya Lofton, grade 8. For 3 years, Soraya has been an outstanding role model for caring, kindness, and empathy. She is a hard worker, earns good grades, but more importantly, she demonstrates a solid work ethic, radiates positivity, and rises above all challenges. She raises up her classmates, cheers for them, offers to help, and shows gratitude and empathy on a level unlike her peers. She is also someone who encourages others to stay on topic, not to goof around and get serious. I feel this needs to be recognized. This is from Mrs. Haney. As in a virtual setting, these traits can be difficult to demonstrate, but she finds a way. She is a role model for strength and determination, Soraya Lofton. Next from Ms. Haney, Leilani Lowry D. Maldonado. Leilani, for her entire middle school career, Leilani has shown what it takes to be successful in a virtual setting. She self-advocates, works hard, makes to-do lists, participates in class without fear of being wrong. She lifts up her classmates, tries her best, and she brings a welcome level of positivity and joy to a setting where some kids may feel invisible and hesitant. Leilani is a role model to show that no one is perfect, but we all have the capability to do the very best versions of ourselves, and she encourages others to try and reach for the stars as well. It is because of Leilani's questions, comments, and participation and reactions that our class discussions reach the level that they do. She has grown in her own confidence, and this boosts up her classmates to grow their own. She demonstrates a genuine level of enthusiasm and excitement and has done so for the past 3 years. Next. Next up, we have Mr. Raymond Warner, grade 8. For 3 years, Raymond has shown outstanding effort in all of his classes. He has earned all A's in all middle school classes. He consistently goes above and beyond in his work quality. He exceeds grade level expectations on every aspect of this work: quality, knowledge, depth of understanding, creativity, and expression of detail. He has shown remarkable growth in class and in his personal life. Raymond is a quiet force of strength and resilience, and he is a role model for his entire class. He is very empathetic and supportive when his classmates are struggling, and has offered to donate his extra credit to students in need or offer to help them in breakout rooms. Nice job. Next, we have our KPS Virtual High School. Ms. Griffune has nominated Molly Bugg. Molly has demonstrated remarkable resilience and commitment to turning her educational journey around. Her dedication to prioritizing schoolwork has been nothing short of inspiring. She comes to class prepared, engaged, and ready to contribute meaningfully to her education. We are incredibly proud of her progress and excited to recognize her for her outstanding turnaround story. Ms. DeLu nominated Wyatt Loudon, grade 9. Wyatt is earning all A's at KPS Virtual. When asked how he is doing it, he says, "I work hard and try my best." When he attends class, he has a positive attitude and shows kindness to his classmates. But this kindness doesn't stop with his peers. When discussing how he and his family would leave rocks painted with encouraging words around town. And once he noticed some unhoused people and he asked his mom if they could bring them McDonald's. Thank you, Wyatt. And now we have our KILP high school students. Let me tell you a little bit about KILP. I swear to be short. The Kalamazoo Innovative. We could, if that's okay. Okay. All right. So virtual students, you guys. Where's no for? Oh, hang on. Sorry, Evelyn. Hang on a second. Sorry, folks. It's not easy to see this small. Evelyn, I'm sorry, but here you come. All right, Evela Kostreva, grade 10. Evelyn, I'm going to... All right, Evelyn, the phone is really messing with me right now, so I apologize. Evelyn, you'll forgive me, right? All right, Evelyn demonstrates consistent persistence with challenging classwork. She overcomes obstacles thoughtfully, actively seeking support when needed. She has shown remarkable growth since enrolling in the program, particularly in persistence and self-advocacy. Her determination and positive approach to learning make her a valued member of our virtual program. We're glad to have Evelyn. All right. Yep. That would be great. The teachers? All right. You already know who I am. So I am also the principal of the Kalamazoo Innovative Learning Program. And I was explaining a little bit about what that is. For those of you who don't know, it's our 4th high school in KPS. All right, the Kalamazoo Innovative Learning Program is an alternative, or like we like to call it, a choice high school that supports students who need in-person and remote learning environment. It's designed to support students who benefit from a smaller, more personalized learning environment, intentional relationship building, individual support, credit recovery, and graduation pathways, while helping students connect with school and prepare for future endeavors. Our first student is Ayana Lee, grade 11. Oh, there she is. All right. Ayana has really grown and pushed herself to complete as many classes as possible. So her growth looks like first year at KILP, she passed 2 classes. Last year, she passed 6. And so far this year, she's passed 10 classes in the first semester and is almost done with 2 classes to continue her second semester. She speaks for herself and tries to do everything better than before. She wants to participate in the CTE Vet Tech program and graduate this next year. Thank you very much, Ayana. Next, we have Mrs. Gay nominated Jacob Tumani, grade 10. He cannot be here with us tonight, but Jacob was previously in KPS virtual classes. He transferred to KILP for the opportunity to complete his credits that he hadn't previously completed. He works hard in class and many hours at home. He has shown tremendous growth academically and socially to become a leader among his peers. This year, he's completed 10 courses by March and is pursuing dual enrollment next year. He was unable to make it tonight, but he said to me today in the hallway when I said, "Is there any way we can come get you? Can we bring the people you are babysitting with us?" He said he wasn't able to, but he said, "Ms. Kirschman, sometimes you have to miss the things that you might want to do to understand that you appreciate them more the next time the opportunity presents itself." So he said, "I'm okay." So, and that's who we have for KILP.
That concludes our recognitions.
Thank you so much. Committee school reports. Governance.
We did meet virtually yesterday, and we discussed the things that we've completed this year. We have a couple things we're going to work on over the summer before next school year to make sure that everything is clear, accurate, and ready for parents and students to use.
Thank you. Trustee Hill, will you please do correspondence?
We received several correspondence over the past 2 weeks. Trustee McGlynn is the secretary, but she's out right now, so I will do the correspondence. On 4/24, we received a correspondence from First Day Shoe Fund sharing the shoe updates, and Secretary McGlynn answered them. And on 4/24 from Susan O'Connor regarding district library staffing, Secretary McGlynn also replied. On 4/24 from Christina Trevino, inviting the board to Prairie Ridge Showcase a talent show, and Secretary McGlynn replied. On 4/24, June Mills sent an email regarding a transportation concern with students, and Secretary McGlynn replied. On 4/25, Shakara Burrell regarding school concerns with her son's school, and Dr. Slade and Secretary McGlynn replied. On 4/28, Stephanie and Nathaniel Watkins sent an email regarding concerns about drinking fountains in the student buildings, and Dr. Slade and Secretary McGlynn replied. On 4/29, the Refugee Education Center sent an invitation to the board to the Popsicles in the Park event, which was lovely, and Secretary McGlynn replied. And on 4/29, Trey Hunt sent an email sharing research information about ADHD, which was fascinating. I read that. And Secretary McGlynn replied. On 4/29, Felicia Hallman requesting a building transfer for their student. Secretary McGlynn replied. And on 4/29, Alex Demertralis requesting information about the current El Sol property. And Secretary McGlynn replied. And that is it for the correspondence.
Thank you so much. I need a motion for the consent calendar.
I motion for the consent calendar.
Need a second? Kaiser.
Yes, thank you, President Harrison. We have 4 purchase recommendations this evening. The first is request number 2026-45 in the amount of $79,151 and is for 95 phonemic awareness intervention resources, and this will be funded by the Reading Recovery Grant. Next, we have purchase recommendation 2026-46 in the amount of $437,787.50. And this is to purchase 250 Elevate Max USB-C charging carts, 36, and delivery. And this is funded from the 2022 bond. Next, we have purchase recommendation 2026-47 in the amount of $316,110. And this is for Hillside Middle School Media Center remodeling, also funded by the 2022 bond. And lastly, we have purchase recommendation 2026-48 in the amount of $148,631.51. And this is to purchase Hillside Middle School Media Center furniture funded by the 2022 bond. Thank you.
Is there discussion from the board? Trustee Shola Barber.
Well, I'm just much. Oh, thank you. She would be very much pleased with that. And then a big thank you. The 2026-46, 47, and 48 are all from the 2022 bond. And so I really want to thank not only the people who worked on that bond, but all the people who have supported KPS. And I'm just going to do a little shout out right now for thank you for all those who helped help pass the millage yesterday. That was wonderful.
Trustee Hill.
Well, I'm just going to jump on board and say basically the same thing. I know that we've used Reading Recovery for a while, Dr. Thomas, and it's a program that the kids are responding to. And we saw that tonight with our students that were getting such good grades. And so I'm glad that we're sticking with it and bolstering it up. And of course, a shout out to the bond. So you can't get anywhere unless unless the city pours into the schools, and that raises us up. And that's how we can afford these great things for students. So thank you.
I also just wanted to say thank you to the voters that believe in the power of education in this community and the ability to do the things that we need to do without having to take it from the general fund. With that being said, Trustee Johnson. Yes. Trustee Murphy.
Yes.
Trustee Shola Barber.
Yes.
Trustee Payton.
Yes.
Trustee Hill.
Yes.
And I say yes. Next up is reports and recommendation. The superintendent's report.
Good evening, everyone. We have a very special superintendent report tonight. We have members of our student advisory group, students from Lloyd Norris, KILP, the Virtual Program, K Central, and Phoenix, who will come up and give a presentation. If you didn't know, I have a special student advisory group with members from our high schools. These students were selected by their principals and teachers. And during the student advisory meetings, we had some of the best conversation around resolving district issues, discussing district issues, and just making sure that students had the best school experience. So again, I just want to commend the students in our student advisory group. Again, I've been doing this a long time. We had an amazing group last year, even a stronger group this year. So again, when they come up and present, Let's just all show them the utmost respect. Before we get into that, I do have a few quick announcements. We have a community bond meeting scheduled for tomorrow at 10 o'clock a.m. in this room. We will talk about the future bond for school year 2027. Also on Saturday, we will have our last knock and talk event for the school year where we go out on Saturday and we knock on doors, trying to get our students to improve their attendance. I do want to publicly thank President Harrison, who has attended every knock and talk event we've had this year. And these are events that start at 10 o'clock and we finish at like 8:30. Also the principals and teachers who participate. Also tomorrow we have school feedback. This is not tomorrow. This is the community school feedback sessions. The last one, we've had 8 so far. We'll have 8. This will be our 8th one on Wednesday, May 13th at Lloyd Norris at 4:30 and at 6 p.m. at Edison. And this is a chance for community members, school members, staff to come and just give general feedback about the district. And also tomorrow we have 2 teacher input feedback sessions. You could go onto the website and see what time those will take place. So the first group that will be coming up at Lloyd Norris, what time? The first group coming up tonight is Lloyd Norris.
Hello, my name is Gertrude Herman Wilmarth, and I am a sophomore at Lloyd Norris High School.
Hello, my name is Michael Harrison. I'm also a sophomore at Lloyd Norris High School.
And we are missing 2 of our representatives, Ali Dawadi and Paul Evans. They unfortunately couldn't make it, but they did help with this presentation. So today we're going to be talking about a unique resource we have at Lloyd Norris, the Knights Health Center. First, I'm going to talk about why student health care matters. So many students, the unfortunate truth, they face barriers to receiving adequate health care. Barriers can be including transportation, scheduling challenges, or not having the money to be able to see a healthcare provider. Lloyd Norris Healthcare Center students, and it helps them and mental health directly affect learning. Because how is feeling good, whether physically or mentally? So school-based make sure students become and supported.
Knights Health Center provides high-quality confidential care for all Kalamazoo County youth ages. Students can access medical and mental health services during the school day, ensuring that they have the resources to be healthy and ready to learn. At our Knights Health Center, we have multiple licensed professionals that all major in different types in our mental health services. For our medical side, we provide sports physicals, urgent care, STI testing, immunizations, and physical care. On the mental health side, we have therapy for anxiety, depression management, anger management, suicide prevention, and referrals to community resources. It is vital that along with physical help, mental assistance is also provided to students. As we can all agree, high school life can be pretty challenging, and to be able to have that support behind your back is almost like a blessing. Based off the most recent data collected, the Knights Health Center has had 390 mental health-based visits, overall 1,174 students, which is all individual students. Continued, our health center has received highly positive reports.
Additionally, a unique aspect of our health center is there is with a select group of Lloyd Norris advertise the clinic and represent the student experience feedback. and I are members of the advisory council, so we make sure that we are sure that the clinic is helping everyone. And additionally, we have also gone to Lansing, Michigan to lobby for more funding for student-based healthcare centers in Michigan. This is a very unique part of Loy Norrix High School that we have our Knights Health Center, and it contributes greatly to the fostering of a positive student experience. Can be a representation of how good academic performance stems from students feeling physically and emotionally taken care of. It's important to remember that healthy kids learn better. Thank you.
Does anybody have any questions for our students?
Trustee Shola Barber.
A couple quick ones. Gertrude, were you here last year?
Yes, I was.
And I'm not sure. Were you here last year also?
Yeah.
Thank you. You were doing a great job. I'm just so impressed that as a freshman, you were impressive. And as a sophomore, you're impressive. And I just 3 quick things. That at Literacy Night, the healthcare center was at several buildings, passing out the information to parents and whatever. So yay you. They're doing that also. And I'm loving that you're learning to do advocacy work in Lansing. That's such a good thing. Wonderful presentation.
Thank you so much.
Trustee Hill.
I have a weird question. Are students shy about going to the health center, or are they like, hey, I have an appointment at the health center, I have to go? I know that's a weird question, but I just wondered.
No, it's definitely a good question because it is true students can be like that. And I think that's why having our health center is a really important aspect of it is that we have the Student Advisory Council because we all know what it's like to be students, and so we can provide student experience. And something that we work on is making sure that we're providing outreach to make sure that students don't feel ashamed about getting help, because it really does make such a difference if they're being supported mentally, physically on their learning. And so Michael and I, we make sure that as students, we design the center in a way that it feels like a comfortable environment for all students to feel like that is a resource that they can use because it's at our school and we want them to use it. So it can be true for many students that it is difficult for them to feel like they can utilize that resource, but that's why we are continuing to work on making sure that it is a positive environment. And we have seen over the years more students, unique numbers of students coming and getting appointments. So it's definitely something that we're working on continuing and have made.
One more. Yeah. No, can I say
And
something?
to continue,
Oh, Michael.
to
Go ahead,
continue on
Michael.
with that, it's also really important to recognize the medical professionals that we have based in there because they are really the main reason why students are so confident to be able to go in there and get the help that they need. Because we all know that we don't want some random person touching on our body, right? Obviously, we want someone who's obviously seems respectable and knows what they're doing. It's also the same on the mental health side. No student's going to want to go tell some random adult that what they're going through, boyfriend, girlfriend problems, if they're struggling in school. To have that comfortable person who you can trust and you know that will be there for you every day of the week, I think that's a really important factor that all students in our school get to benefit from.
Thank you. Trustee Murphy.
I just had one question. During the presentation, you said there were 1,174 visits. Was that 1,174 unique students had made an appointment? So approximately 2 out of 3 students have gone there this year?
Yes, that is number of unique students. So that the unique students, many of them have come for multiple visits. And something that also is important to mention about our healthcare center is the majority of the students we see are students at Loy Norrix, but it's also open to other schools. So because Loy Norrix, this is such a unique resource in Kalamazoo, we have people coming from Portage, from Otsego, from all over places to get to this really good resource. So yes, that is unique students, and it's also outside of just the Loy Norrix population.
Perfect. Thank you very much.
So thank you very much. You guys are very well spoken. I do have a question. Do you think that this health center is something that would help other students in other areas? Is this something that should be implemented in other schools?
Yes, I do very positively believe in that. Recently went to Lansing to talk to representatives about passing a bill for about 7 million? Around $7 million to plant 21 more student-based health centers in districts around the school. I do think that other schools having a health center would greatly impact and benefit them because at the end of the day, there's no downside to having this. There's only benefits from having it. Each student can individually go there and gain a new sort of trust with someone else in their life. So I do believe that there should be expansion, there should be more, and that there should be more support to building more of these in our schools, other districts also.
Thank you.
Again, both of these young people were here last year as freshmen. They did an amazing job last year, even better this year. Let's give these two students a big round of applause. Thank you. Now we have a young man from the Kalamazoo Virtual Program. I'm sorry, two students.
Hello, board. How are you doing? So my name is Zaire Fuller. I'm a senior and I represent the Kalamazoo Virtual Program.
And I'm Jenna Whittle and I'm a sophomore at Virtual.
So this year, well, I should say last year I was fortunate enough to be a part of the Student Advisory Council and I did a slide presentation for you all. This year I decided to switch it up a little bit and I did a video presentation. I told you school could fit around your life and not the other way around. Yes, I know it sounds too good to be true, but let me tell you about the Kalamazoo Virtual Program. Now, it's very important to not get it confused with being homeschooled. You still have live teachers, live classes.
Tyler, I got a meme on. Somebody's a Tyler fan in here. Real.
And most importantly, you have live academic support whenever you need it. In my opinion, one of the coolest aspects about the virtual program is how flexible it allows a student to be. I am a student who likes to travel, and being in the virtual program allows me to travel with my family while also being able to access schoolwork. This flexibility allows me to go places I never would have been able to go, meet people I never would have been able to meet, and it's all thanks to the Kalamazoo Virtual Program. A student doesn't have to miss any classes, assignments, or school projects while they're away. Gentrify my mind. Amen. One of my favorite parts about being in the virtual program is being able to do school at home. Some students perform better academically in a more personalized and familiar space, me included. Me personally, I'm naturally more introverted, so I'm able to thrive in a more quiet, isolated, and personal space without a lot of distractions. One of the most common questions that I often get asked about being in the virtual program is how do I get my socialization? But what a lot of people don't realize is being a part of the virtual program allows a student to perfectly balance social time with schooling time. For example, the school day starts at 9 a.m., ends at 2:10 p.m., and after that, a student has even more social time because, well, they're already at home. Now I'm going to interview my mom, Dr. Sherry Fuller, and get a parent's perspective on the virtual program. All right, so my first question. When we were forced to move to a virtual program, what were your initial thoughts on how successful it could be?
That's a great question. I believe that a lot of parents across the U.S. and other places were uncertain. That we were in the midst of a pandemic and people just didn't know what that would look like. And academically, to have your child go from a brick and mortar building into a virtual setting, I think that created some anxiety. I didn't know what it would look like. However, I trusted the district and the direction that the district was going in. I understood that there was a need to be virtual and for people to not have contact. So I trusted the district. And it has been a huge success. I'm very pleased with how things turned out, and I give a lot of credit to the district and the virtual program for creating these opportunities for students to be successful.
What overall impact do you feel that the virtual program has had on me?
So the biggest impact has been academically. I have been so proud to watch you go from being a C, B student to an A, B student overall. I have watched you take interest in your classes and really be excited about the assignments. I absolutely love the relationships you've built with your instructors. I think that is just phenomenal to see you engaging with your teachers the way you have, and just your attitude towards school and completion, and just being excited about moving forward with your academic studies and looking forward to graduation. So overall, the greatest impact has just been academically. And secondly, just how you have evolved as a person, your attitude towards school and life has really improved significantly. So those are the main two things that excite me about your experiences with the virtual program and the impact that it's had on your life.
For my last question, it's a two-part question. Number one, why would you recommend the virtual program to a parent? And then also, what advice would you give to parents of students in the virtual program?
So the why, because I believe that there are different types of learners. All students don't learn the same, and the virtual program gives you a very good option for students who have the discipline to be in a virtual setting and the responsibility to make sure that they're showing up. So the why is because you can provide an alternative to being in person if your student or your child has the ability to discipline themselves enough to be in front of a camera and fully engage in the learning. And my advice to the parent is to be involved, get to know the teachers, but also being engaged and involved in what's going on. Parents have a portal, and we have access to the curriculum, we have access to the students' grades. So being involved, showing up at meetings, and doing all the things that will help to encourage your student, your child, to be excited about learning as well. So the main thing is to be involved and to really pay attention to what's going on in the classroom and be supportive.
I want to end off by saying thank you to all the amazing and wonderful teachers that I've had over the past 6 years in the virtual program. And I want to say thank you to you, the board, for listening.
Do we have any questions?
Trustee Payton.
I want to thank you for providing both a parent perspective and a student perspective on the virtual learning environment. And that was an excellent thing for us to hear.
Thank you so much.
Trustee Johnson.
Congratulations, young man. Really. It takes a lot of discipline and responsibility to do a virtual program. And so to see that it actually helped you to focus and to be able to live a more vibrant life while continuing to meet the requirements, that's awesome. Great
Thank you
work.
so much.
Trustee Shola Barber.
I'm going to congratulate the team. I think that it's just a wonderful thing that you had the correspondence and that you had the three-way, and this could be definitely used as a PR thing for the virtual program. Obviously, look at the smile on your face. You are loving this. Thank you so much.
Also want to thank Dr. Fuller for all she's done for our school district as a member, not just of PAC, but many other committees. Also, what she does for our students when they go over to Western Michigan, the support she gives. I want to thank you for that. Also, I want to thank Ms. Kirschman and the rest of the virtual team who came in tonight. Thank you so much for what you do for our students. Truly appreciate it. At this time, we will have the members of our student advisory from Kalamazoo Central.
Thank you.
And I know they're not going to say it. Miss Gardner is the president of the building, and this is our superstar athlete and scholar student, Johnny Edwards.
Okay, good evening, Dr. Slade, trustees, and the KPS School Board. I'm Brooklyn Gardner, and I'm a junior at Kalamazoo Central High School.
I'm Johnny Edwards, a graduating senior at Kalamazoo.
Today, we're presenting on KC Excellence, Footprints of Growth, Leadership, and Pride, and how we, as Giants, use our diversity to create success.
At Kalamazoo Central, we emphasize our footprints resonating with excellence. While this may seem like nothing more than a slogan, this saying has a deeper meaning. With our footprints, we are able to make an impact throughout our school environment, which builds a foundation of success. When we resonate, our impact goes beyond school community and into greater world and excellence. We leave giant footprints where students are able to achieve growth, success, and become a world changer.
So the foundation of our footprints starts at KC. Kalamazoo Central is home to 1,651 students, offers over 20 sports programs and clubs, but at the end of the day, we're all one family. Kalamazoo Central is made up of students and staff of different backgrounds, skills, and beliefs. The diversity within our school fosters success, as there are opportunities and growth in groups for everyone to grow. From sports programs to drama programs, everyone is able to find their place and flourish. Our foundation at KC starts with our life changers. Our staff are a part of a foundation that promotes success for us as students. Our life changers produce world changers. Our staff strive to make meaningful connections with every single one of us. They serve as coaches, club sponsors, after-school tutors, life coaches, and overall safe spaces for all students. Whether it be mentally or physically, our staff push us to grow and become better every day. Through lessons we learn from our life changers, we are able to become world changers.
With a strong foundation and support from our staff, we as Giants are able to translate what we learn into meaningful impact with our school community. Though Kalamazoo Central has people from all different backgrounds under one roof, Giants are able to become support systems for others, creating a positive environment where everyone is welcome. KC students stand with each other, from fundraising awareness for leukemia to coming out and supporting our sports team on the national stage. Us Giants are a family. This positive and supportive school environment is what helps us every day reach success together.
Our excellence as Giants goes beyond our school environment. Kalamazoo Central offers an environment for everyone to succeed and embody what it means to be a true world changer. Throughout this year, Kalamazoo Central has reached extreme feats within our community. Kalamazoo Central students led the second biggest food drive this year, known as KC Feeds KZoo, for loaves and fishes, sent multiple students to DECA Nationals where they represented Kalamazoo Central well. Our mock trial and forensics team placed in state competitions, and we saw regional and state athletic appearances through multiple sports, with a 7th place wrestling finish from Janavi Marion and a state diving champion, Kaya Bowman. But these achievements are only a small portion of all that we as Giants have achieved this year. Our school produces true world changers every day, and our footprints leave a positive impact on our community.
Kalamazoo Central not only contributes to the community, but our excellence reflects on our district as a whole. Our graduation rates have risen 5% in the past 4 years, going from about 75% in 2022 to 80% in the class of 2025. KC works daily to set students up for success, not only for graduation, but for life after high school. Our school takes the extra step to make sure every group of people have the tools they need to become true life changers. At KC, our lowest groups of graduates have been African American males. Because of this, KC staff have brought in motivational speakers, hosted lunches, provided one-on-one meetings with counselors, and brought us to the Male of Promise event, where us African American males receive motivation and help not only with the school, but with how to navigate life. Through these instances, African American graduation has risen from 73% in 2022 to 76.4% in 2025, and we plan to see this percentage grow every year. As Giants, we improve every day, and our improvement reflects on the district and benefits not only but us and our community. Kalamazoo Central students embodies what it truly means to be a world champion.
Overall, our diversity is what fuels and facilitates success at Kalamazoo Central. We see our diversity as a strength and use it to create a positive school environment and leave our footprints on the world. The foundation starts within our school, and with it, Kalamazoo Central produces world changers whose footprints truly resonate with excellence. Thank you.
Any questions?
Trustee Shola Barber.
I'm just going to congratulate you on a great presentation. I feel like I know Kalamazoo Central so much better, and I want to congratulate both of you on an excellent presentation. And to Johnny, congratulations on where you're going to go next year. That's a cool thing. And Brooklyn, you did a fabulous job. You make your school very proud, I'm sure.
Trustee Payton. Sorry, Trustee Hill.
I agree with you. Student achievement makes toward a better world environment, and students who achieve in school will also achieve in life. I like that comment.
Trustee Hill.
I'm very impressed with the small, you've taken the cosmos, the little world that you live in a high school, and you've realized how diverse it is, and that's their strength. And you have the grace to realize everybody's different. Everybody's in a different sport. Everybody's got a different background. Everybody's having fun, and you're going to take it out into the community. So think of what we're launching. You guys are so proud and of your school and so accepting, and you're going to launch into the world and take all this with you. So be the change. Thank you.
Yes, you guys did a wonderful job. Thank you.
I also want to recognize Ms. Mensa, who is here supporting the students. She's an administrator over at K Central. This time we have students from Phoenix.
Hello, board. My name is Dontre Hemphill. I'm a graduating senior at Phoenix.
And my name is River Ford. I'm also a graduating senior at Phoenix.
Before you start, I do want the crowd to know that this young man was one of our star athletes for the Phoenix basketball team, also a scholar. Took his team almost to the in-state playoffs. I want to recognize him for that. And this young lady was just recognized at our Community of Schools Award of Excellence. So let's just recognize both of these students for that great work.
So just some things about Phoenix. Our school colors, forest green and white. Our nickname is the Fury. We're a Division III athletic program. And then our motto is, and we still rise. Just to know a little bit about our support system and like our foundation, we got a great bunch of staffs. We have Mr. Norman, who's our behavioral specialist. Ms. Simpson, who's our guidance counselor. If you ever need anything to talk about, you go to her. And we also got character development coaches and Miss Bridges and Mr. Quay. And then we also, which is run by Mr. Palmer and Mr. Aker. And our front office staff is Miss Copeland, Miss Ellis, and Mr. Gill. We also have a campus safety team, Mr. Buck and Miss Maria. And then our food service, we have an amazing cafeteria lady. Her name is Miss Spencer. And then we also have a good custodian man, Mr. Brown. Our communities in school, we have Miss Tanisha. Mr. Sai, sorry. Advocate Mr. Kyle. You've ever have any problems at home, you go talk to Mr. Kyle about it. And he's always there to help. He's a nice guy. And then we have our school nurse, Nurse Ross, and then our social worker. Our vision at Phoenix is just to maintain a school environment, just be there, have a good time, good culture. We don't allow bullying. We have a very strict anti-bullying policy and also anti-racist policy. And our goal is to embrace our students at Phoenix through our community exposure, travel, and school family relationship, and just to make everyone feel like they're at home. They have a family there. This is just a little bit of our requirements to graduate. Phoenix is a place where everyone's welcome, like they have a home. things to celebrate our students. We have Students of the Week, Spirit Weeks, Honor Rolls, and then our little things to honor people. Like if you just had a good day, sometimes we honor you.
One second, please. I've already introduced myself. My name is River Ford, and I'm a graduating senior at Phoenix High School. Both the numbers share records of how high, the diversity in the United States is. But by June of 2025, the nation's immigrants population decreased more than 1 million, back down to 51.9 million. We will be going over the challenges now of the diversity at my school. Sorry, one second. Okay. Our English learners or newcomers are now equivalent to 37% of our school's population. These students who speak a language other than English are their primary language and or have experienced difficulty speaking, reading, writing, or understanding English at some point in their educational career. We have unique experiences also, so we can also educate them and teach them in our needed classes such as English, maths, sciences, and other stuff like that, but also try to teach them in specific ways. Sorry. Our ML or multilingual students have classes specifically to teach them slowly in English, but also using visuals or pictures to teach them in their classes. I have spoken with one of our ML teachers, Mrs. Otteson, and she has told me, and I quote, that not only as a teacher, it is hard for her to teach her students because they all speak different languages. In her class, she has several students that speak several different languages, to be exact, but that she also has to take place as a teacher, but not also as a counselor and a therapist. And I quote again, during her first hour, she holds a group session to check on her students to make sure that everyone is okay and ready to start their educational day. These are some of our support systems. I'll quickly go over that. We have CIS, which is Community in Schools. I'm sure you all have heard about that. They provide tutoring, therapists, water, clothes, anything that you can think of that you need throughout the day. Smaller learning educational environments, workplace opportunities such as CTE, girls group, athletics program, and then CIS Difference Makers, which I was a part of. And then communities that have helped us out and supported us would be the KRRC, the Kalamazoo Refugee Resource Collaborative, K College, and KILPS, and CIS, obviously, Communities in Schools.
So I'd just like to talk about my opportunity at Phoenix. It gave me an opportunity to, one, play basketball at a varsity level, and then also it allowed me to do work-based learning operations where I only come to school for 3 hours, and then after third hour, I leave and I go to work, and basically I work for about 2 to 3 hours and I get paid, but I'm also getting a school credit for it. And then it's also like my job, I also do like social justice there. So it allowed me to bring some people from Phoenix in and help them with social justice and all this different type of things with that. And then we recently, with another program I'm in called Youth Juvenile Justice Fellows, with the people that I brought from Phoenix, we went to a trip to LA to go to a conference to basically like present all the data and research we have on justice for youth and all those. I'm also with the Males of Promise.
All right, I'll just go back a slide. These are some of the key points when I think of our multilingual students. When I walk through my school, I can think of a couple of the challenges, and these are the key points. Number one is their educational gap. Like I said, I have spoken with one of our ML teachers, and she have shared several challenges about how all of her students all speak different languages, and which is which if it wasn't for the diverse support that they had, it would be a lot harder to teach them. Which brings us to our next point, which would be the language barrier. Language is a part of any environment. When language isn't common, it can lead to misunderstandings, arguments, frustration, or even chaos. It even makes it more difficult for students and teachers to communicate effectively to try to resolve any situation. Which our last point comes to bullying. As you know, next we have a very low policy or a very high policy for bullying, which, as you know, with the language barrier, it makes it very hard to communicate with students and make new friends and get learn their interests and learn their culture. And I didn't add that one, but culture is another very important to our multilingual students because they're coming out from their community into ours, which is very vast and very changing. In their culture, there are many different things from ours, such as their clothing, beliefs, and personal health, which, like I said, can lead to bullying. Students can feel outcasted by the way they dress or by how they present themselves at our school. But our staff has taken a lot of time and opportunity to educate our students on how we, as America, see our culture and how they see their culture differently. These next couple of slides are pictures of my school, pictures that I and friends and staff have taken with, staff and colleagues. Some of these pictures include difference makers, spirit days, photos of class trips, CTE opportunities. I said that in sports events. Oh, I'll go back. All these, as you can see in all these pictures, all of our students have different racial backgrounds, and I don't know if you can tell, but different backgrounds in general. But at Phoenix, we all feel like a family. We all feel safe and together and as a family. I want to say thank you for listening and being here tonight. Thank you for all that you've done to provide for my school, for the students, the staff, and me. And I want to thank you for showing the kindness that you've showed and give to the youth to have a safe and positive environment to grow and be the next faces of the next few generations to come. Thank you.
Any questions?
Trustee Shola Barber.
I love how many times you used family. And just a side note, River, are you using your computer? No, I mean the one that was.
Oh, yes, I am. Thank you so much.
It was you did such a nice job at CIS, and that was just a side. You both have given such a amazing and comprehensive understanding of what Phoenix is about: the welcoming, the sharing, the common interest in no bullying, the diversity. It is, I think, a tribute to your principal and you too, as well as all the other students at Phoenix. It has got to be a very productive and warm situation. Thank you so much.
Trustee Hill.
I really enjoyed. Get back here. I'm not dying. I get to give you praise now. So I really enjoyed hearing that PowerPoint about everything. And what really struck me was that you are not afraid to tackle the problems. I mean, you admit, there's always challenges and opportunities. I've heard that out of other people. And, there's an educational gap that can be a language barrier. There's bullying, there's cultural differences. But when these students all show up and you're all in there together doing the same thing, it levels the playing field. And that's beautiful. So you've got it, you take that with you wherever you go to work, wherever you settle, whatever you do, and you realize we're all here to learning together, and that makes everybody equal. So well done, students.
One more.
Trustee Payton.
Okay. I like the idea of you being able to go to.
Thank you.
Just wanted to say that you guys did a really, really good job on your presentation, and you can tell that you are in a space that is comfortable and convenient for you to learn, and I appreciate that. That's very impressive.
All right, great work. Let's also again recognize Mr. Gardner, the principal over at Phoenix, and the Phoenix staff who are here tonight. Thank you.
Thank you.
We have one last group, our student advisory members from KILP.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Chandler Bolden, a graduating senior at KILP.
Hello, I'm Marcel Rivera, and I'm also graduating senior at KILP.
And these two seniors bring a lot to our student advisory group. Always had great information and feedback and input. So thank you so much for that.
Thank you. We have a couple key highlights today in our slideshow. We want to tackle our personal choice. As Ms. Christian mentioned, we are a choice school, so that's important to us. We have some interesting statistics that, kind of shed a good light on why KILP works so well, and a little bit of some things to address while flipping the script. I'm going to hand this over to Chandler.
KILP was originally designed for students 2 or more credits behind. The KILP Innovative Learning Program fosters community and connection among students and staff to help set them on track for graduation. KILP was first created in 2016, first located on Westnedge, and then moved in 2021 to the Oakwood building, and now we are currently on the 3rd floor of the Chinery.
As mentioned, KILP is a choice school, and every single person in our student body has their own unique reason for attending. Whether it's navigating medical constraints or mental health needs, simply support and stability, our staff is here to help. If anybody is behind on credits or out of high school and still under 22, or just looking for a smaller, calmer academic space, their counselors, because KILP might be a great fit.
Some visuals appear. The Michigan School Data website was used to find the top 10 colleges that Kalamazoo Public graduates selected to attend after graduation in 2023. And the compared size of the KPS students, 3% choose a mega university such as the University of Michigan. 12% choose small and mid-sized universities. An example would be Western Michigan University. And then 17% choose small and mid-sized universities, such as Kalamazoo Valley Community College.
Now, I want to thank all of you for continuing to reframe views that many have about alternative schools. It really means a lot. The fact that KPS is doing so much to erase the stigma and truly acknowledge that these programs do work and the power that they hold, it benefits everybody. Counselors and staff at our larger high schools should look for those students who may need some help earlier on, who are showing some signs of struggling. So we don't have to wait until these students are at their absolute lowest to get them the help that they need. And we are so honored to have staff who know that it is never a failure to help your students thrive. On our KPS website, under our unique programs, Credit Revival is mentioned, but KILP is currently omitted from under this. I think it would be a great idea if we could consider adding KILP into that to help boost knowledge about the program and also make sure that more is known about it so we can help more students.
Conclusion is that KILP offers academic flexibility and prioritizes a positive learning environment to enhance education for all. High school counselors can provide alternatives to those who need it sooner in a student's high school career to make the biggest impact. And then a KILP mission statement is connecting all students to academic success through a digital learning environment that fosters community. Thank you, everyone, for your time.
I just wanted to note, you definitely made an impact because as you mentioned, adding KILP under the credit retrieval, I noticed our Director of Communications making a note. So fantastic. Thank you.
Yeah.
Trustee Hill.
I think you students hit it right on the head. Everyone learns differently. and that's just the way we all humans are wired, and that's perfect. And when you welcome into your environment, your personal choice, you find your fit, and you just and that's where kids can find a great way to educate themselves. I think that's wonderful. Thank you.
Trustee Scholler-Barber.
A little personal note here. We were really, in 2016, we were thinking about you when we created this program. And it is just, my heart is just so full right now, seeing these two successful, smiling, very articulate young students graduating and feeling so good about this program. And what we were designing it for was exactly what you put in your program. I love that you gave us good advice of things that we can make it better, as well as ways that we can have more academic success. And I love that you use that it's a community, even though it is KILP. So congratulations.
So much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Let's give all of our students a big round of applause.
At this time, I need a motion for the resolution for local districts votes on the ISD general fund budget, for the KRESA budget.
I move to approve the resolution for local district vote on ISD general fund budget.
I need a second.
Second.
I have a motion from Trustee Murphy, followed by a second from Trustee Scholler-Barber and Trustee Johnson. Trustee Johnson. Trustee Murphy.
Yes.
Trustee Scholler-Barber.
Yes.
Trustee Payton.
Yes.
Trustee Hill.
Yes.
And I say yes. Now we'll have persons requesting to address the board. Ivan.
Hello. I'm here again. I'm just here.
I got too distracted. My apologies. Are you ready?
Yep.
Okay.
Again, I'm here to still complain about still a massive safety issue. Really, that light needs to be fixed. The part of it that's broken, is the one part of that light specifically that can really be seen farther up the road, and that really needs to be fixed. It's not an issue with the solar panel thing it's hooked up to. That is an actual issue with the light that somebody needs to go out there and check out. And I'm also saying that that the lights possibly need to be moved up farther, and I know that would probably be easier if they were hooked up underground, but I know that they're hooked solar panels. I could be wrong, but as far as I can see, that is what they're hooked up to. I think that I'll talk about, but I just needed to address that the speedometer thing that's up closer to here up the road, either another one moved closer down the road or that one moved farther down the road, because it is, as I said earlier, the last time I was here, that it is still in a spot where it's not very effective, especially on the steepest part of the hill, which is where those lights are. And if possible, possibly get a request for the city to move those lights over the street, as it would be easier to see and wouldn't be wouldn't be very obstructed. It would also allow cars farther up the road to see it easier. Another thing that might help with things like this is trimming the trees that are along there. And I also have to say, after this, if somebody could please join me, because I'm going to be heading down that way anyway to take photos, and I can really show you what I mean, if that is possible. That's pretty much all I needed to say. Have a good day.
Thank you. Caleb Bryant.
Hello, board. I'm coming up to follow him. Some of the things he's talking about is the pole placement with regards to the pedestrian signs, etc. I've spoken with the city on a number of these engineering issues. They're legitimate and persistent issues, not just in this stretch, but elsewhere. I also know that we brought up and he addressed the Stearns area with the right-of-way pedestrian access. I've checked with the city. It is right adjacent with your property line. So is there for your responsibility as the property owner to maintain a pedestrian throughway? So that is something that you'll have to reach across to your peers on. It's a little bit nuanced, but I'm a civil engineer and I've been through these things. So that's something you could talk with them, probably incorporate into your complete streets, because I know there's some proposals coming up as well. One thing he didn't add, what's not happening with some of these traffic adjustments from the straightaways, is that we have particular fog issues and banks from our particular ecosystem here that make it extra dangerous, which is why those overheads that he brought up by himself are a very good idea. Now, for my part, I'm very concerned about recent emergencies that affected our children and their communities coming from school. Okay. In our village over in Vine, we had a murder. We had a young gentleman doing the right thing, trying to get somebody to stop selling cigarettes and possibly drugs to kids, and he was shot. Lost him, but he was doing the right thing. And we're grieving, we're coming back together. But the response from KDPS, while good, did not in any way, shape, or form, to my knowledge, communicate with KDPS or with transportation services. Because 30 minutes after he was shot, our buses were dropping off. A failure to communicate because the bus drivers didn't know, and there was an active search for a murderer. Flash forward for the Lowell, similar situation. We had middle schoolers out. Fortunately, the elementary schools were out, but there were down power lines all over the neighborhood. And again, there was no communication system. I received notification that the entirety of the system went down. There are opportunities for reinforcement of these emergency things. I'm asking specifically, and I'll leave a copy with you, the city, to be reaching out to you to make sure you guys are getting pushed information so that you can direct transportation with them actively. There's no reason that transportation shouldn't have a seat at the Emergency Operations Center for the county, somebody to represent the school buses and logistically move them away from danger areas, floods, etc. I offer any assistance in this area. I former military, master's in public administration, worked for cities and emergency operations centers. There is a way to do this very cheaply, easily, and functionally. Thank you.
Thank you.
And I'll leave a copy for this if anybody wants to read it. I'll be submitting it to the.
Thank you. Thank you. Now we'll have comments by trustees. Trustee Payton.
Just have one comment. Earlier, when Ms. Kaiser was presenting the bond things, and we talked about the improvement to the media center and the library at Hillside Middle School. Just want to, I believe that the library and the media center are named after a former principal, Dorothy Young. Is that correct? Dorothy was a longtime principal at Hillside, and I believe that library and media center are. So I just wanted.
Trustee Johnson.
Sorry, Trustee Payton. One of our seniors' parents wanted me to remind everybody, Kalamazoo Central's track and field team fighting for the SMAC championship this Saturday. So if you don't have anything to do, please join them as they try to win this championship. I'm excited because we have a few seniors on this team that's working out all year, and I want to take it all away before they graduate. Happy Mother's Day to all the moms in the district. I can get real. I know everybody is excited to be with their mom and celebrate them, but remember that there are people who mourn during this time too. So, give grace, be graceful. I will not be at the next board meeting. So, I do also want to say happy pre-Memorial Day because I won't be able to say it to you all at the next meeting. Also, this is beyond my time. I will have to leave at 8, no matter what.
Trustee Hill.
I just want to thank everyone that came to the today to be honored. The Woodward, the virtual, the Kelp, the student from the advisory board. Wow, what a show. And last week I was reading the newspaper and there was an article in there and it had to do with the city and the crosswalks and how they were moving it to the top of their list to tackle next. So I don't know if anyone was aware of that, but I do not have the article with me anymore, but it was in the newspaper. So just so the student out there you may not have known that, but parents went to the city council meeting and talked about it, and the city traffic people moved it to the top of their list. So there you go. Thank you.
Trustee Shola Barber.
The students were amazing. The students were just absolutely amazing. And I want to shout out to Dr. Slade in preparing them and making them aware of the presence at the mic and the kind of materials. So thank you very much for that. A big thank you to all the voters who voted for the millage. Really appreciate that. It's something that we really need. The more millages and bonds we get, the less we need to take money out of the general fund. So thank you for that. There's a tremendous amount of, and this is a shout out to Mr. Graff, a tremendous amount of end of the year programs and end of the year concerts. And I went to the spring dance concert put on by EFA, and it was amazing. So if you can support your students in going to these events, it just, I'm sure, means the world to them. Again, Mom's Day. And I don't want to reiterate what Trustee Johnson said, but the same sentiments. It is a wonderful day for some, but for others, they need your support. And for the sports, I have nothing from Kalamazoo Central, but from Loy Norks. Junior Jakari Lipsy has committed to the University of Michigan for football. It's a biggie. This also has now freed his schedule up to participate in the MHSAA state track and field finals that are on May 30th at Rockford High School, where he has earlier qualified for shot put and discus, which deepens the pool of athletes for the Knights. The men's volleyball team will battle for the SMAC Conference Championship at the conference tournament on May 16th at K Central. The Knights defeated number 6 Gull Lake and battled number 4 St. Joe last night to set up a great finish for the conference season on the 16th. Loy Norris will be hosting the MHSAA District Soccer, softball, and baseball regionals and volleyball regionals between May 20th and June 3rd. So lots of sports activities at Loy Norris. And a shout out for all the athletes that are finishing the year strong. Thank you so much.
So I just have two quick things. Wanted to thank the community for allowing me the opportunity to participate in the MASB Spring Institute. I was able to take an advanced leadership class and an advanced finance class and learned a lot of terms and things that I did not know before. So those were really good professional developments for myself. Also wanted to take the opportunity to congratulate some Kalamazoo Public Schools students, specifically students from Lincoln, that have been accepted into the Friends of Poetry contest, Poems That Ate My Ears. It's the longest running youth poetry contest in Southwest Michigan. And so our students were able to place among students from other schools in, it just made me really proud to know that we were in competition and were able to land gently with other children in this district. And so at this time, we are going to go into closed session. I move that the board convene in closed session pursuant to Section 8, Section A of the Open Meetings Act, Michigan Code Law. Oh, he has to say that he wants to go into closed session. I'm tired, guys.
At this time, I'm requesting to go into closed session to discuss the superintendent evaluation.
Right. So now I move that the board convene in closed session and pursuant to Section Section 8, Section A of the Open Meetings Act. Okay, I'm sorry. The board can meet in closed session to consider a periodic personnel evaluation of a public officer, employee, staff member, or individual agent if the named individual requests a closed hearing. An individual requesting a closed hearing may rescind the request at any time, in which case the matter at issue must be considered after the rescission, only in open sessions. I need a motion, please, to go into closed session.
So move.
I have a motion from Trustee Shola Barber. I need a second. I have a second from Trustee Hill. Trustee Johnson. Trustee Murphy.
Yes.
Trustee Shola Barber.
Yes.
Trustee Payton.
Yes.
Trustee Hill. And I say yes, and we will be back on the board floor. Oh, okay.